I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA Review. Today is May 12th, Tuesday, 2026. Hope you had a good day today. So again, not sure how many times I can do this. I will show the trade here, and then not sure I'm going to keep teaching some of this stuff, but at the same time, it's going to be a fire video, and it is messing with my personal time. I do have some things that I'm doing on the side and need to, even if I was charging, I wouldn't even want the money because I'd rather have my time. And that's why I also teach free in general speaking, right? So I want to make sure I say that, because it's becoming an issue. But this is going to be the fire because look, pimp, we talked about it yesterday. So you can't make this shit up. So yesterday I also said it was going to probably maybe take a new high out or not. And guess what? The option of this not working with it making a new high first is not making a new high. It's a failed high. But we got a failed high and we sold down. We sold down, baby. We came down in through the imbalance. And then what do? We bounced back up into that imbalance. Then I said actually yesterday, didn't I say yesterday was going to be a high probability inversion imbalance on the daily? I drew that shit yesterday. Go watch yesterday's video. This is just, you can't make this shit up. Oh, he doesn't do it live. Oh, he doesn't show broker statements. Oh, blah, blah, blah. How about the guy telling you the day before what's going to happen and he's going to still do it? And the levels are still the same. So just beautiful, bro. I mean, you can't make this shit up. So I don't even know where to fucking begin, but I will start with just this. We had the divergence here, right? And we had a lower high here first. We had a higher high here with with S&P and Dow. And then that kind of pushed us back down. And then the price made another high. When it made another high, we had a higher high with Nas again. And we had lower highs here. So we were going to get a pump and then dump is really what the profile was going to be for the day. And my bias was still correct. So that's just a little side note. Then you'll see that this, this screenshot, I'll go straight to it. You're going to be like, damn, how did you do that, bro? Or, well, first of all, I knew it would have went lower more because of the average daily range today was 513 points or something. So we well exceeded that. That's an extra piece of conversation here. But the point is that when we got, let's go back to this, at 9:30 here, we got a little dump first. So I have this quadded here, the daily imbalance, and then I have obviously all my other levels is in the background here. So when 9:30 opens, we're opening on that big figure 25% level, bro. Yesterday I very fucking clear said that we were hitting that 50 of that big range on the grid. That's fire. Look at the first imbalance from yesterday. I ended up dragging it. You can see it being used as resistance. At first you're like, oh, it doesn't work. Up, down, up, down. Okay. Well, look at here. Comes back underneath it. Look, you can't make that shit up. And then look what the body's sitting on that fucking 32. Boy, I'm showing you some fire. So, and then on that note, you have this daily bullish imbalance. I said it was going to be used as inversion, generally speaking, right? And then I have it quadded, and some of those quad levels match, and some of them also will eventually match also opening range gaps. That's a whole long conversation. I'm not going to do it, but you can see here bouncing right there. Boom. This is not the first imbalance. This is obviously a bearish imbalance though. We end up not going through. The body stay on this daily bullish imbalance, and then we push up. Here's the 50% of the opening range gap, and here in the purple is the present week gap. Okay. Because this is going to show you how I caught this amazing fucking trade. You have to know this context. Otherwise, you'll think I'm a scammer for sure. Or something. I don't know. Who knows? But you see here, you get the first imbalance here. I use this one. Now, there's not a wrong way to do this here. But I'm using this as the first one. Obviously, not the 931. This is the next one. It doesn't really have a displacement or anything. And the size of it is over 10 points or around 10 points. I'm sorry, not over, but around 10 points. So that's fine. And this one here is, it's okay. It's by the 930 and it's on a quadrant. So that's fine too. you really couldn't have went wrong even if you used this one up here. Why? Because it's on a 25% quadrant. It's also just like I gave you the whole daily bullish imbalance in advance, saying that would be inversion. Well, this is the same idea. When this candle gets created and it busts through this liquidity, remember we have these. Look to the bottom left on the 15-minute. You can see we got some liquidity here. We got some lows there, and then or lows here, and then we now are making high. So it's kind of like a resistance area. This is a lower low. We already have a lower low printed before 9:30. So when I say pump first, then dump, I'm expecting a retracement back up. Very simple. If I kept nothing on the fucking chart, that would be the very simple logic. But notice how this structure is getting created on these algorithmic levels. Notice how we pumped up to underneath the new week gap. And then that's also these guys right here. They saved this guy barely by a tip, by a hair. But point is that it's hard to sell from here. Anyways, point is that that's just a lower high. It's a resistance, so to speak. They're trying to squeeze anyone for the late sellers here. Because you know it's selling here and you know it's selling here because it's underneath the previous price. Okay, let's explain it. Just a simple lower high. So when 9:30 comes down and pushes it, that's just a little fake move of the sequence. We'll move 1 down, move up 2, move down 3. And well, you can continue the rest, count in there. Look at them bitches are coming right to the first imbalance of the 9:30 now. This right now. Oh my goodness. This motherfucker. I walked away because I'm busy. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my goodness. Oh my fucking goodness. Oh my god. I mean, you can't make that up, bro. The price is literally laying in there right now. You can't, 50% of it. I'm not saying it's not going to keep moving or not. But let me go back to the fire, dude. Oh my god. My price got to go up. Just saying. So the point of me saying all this is, okay. So this was, again, a fake move. Sitting on the 25%. I'm going to go back and forth a little bit. Notice that this 16th, that 16th is similar. I didn't say exact. Similar to that top 25. Oh, you don't fucking say. Okay, then guess what? I just got that first imbalance here. It's hard to mark this, but I'm just trying to do something right now on the background, so you'll see it. Yo, look at this bitch. Look at this bitch right now. Look how it just rejected from there. I'm not saying it's gonna forever. I'm just notice that live price action. You're like, I wish you would do this live. I know. Me too. So you see this first imbalance. I'm using that, but anyways, this breakthrough, this imbalance right here, you can see that that's the same logic that I'm using here fractally. All right. When it busts through, I'm expecting that to be an inversion. I'm not bullish here. I'm bearish. I'm letting it retrace. Notice how it doesn't hit the 50% of the opening range gap. That's on purpose. Why? They don't want to be perfect. But what did they do here? Why did they come and they tag the bottom here? Because they put liquidity here and people sold from here. But how I got into this trade was all of what I just said, but also time as far as the next 15-minute candle started. This is the 9:45 1-minute candle. When that candle tagged the bottom of the new week gap and not hitting the 50%, I look at that immediately, and it rejected. If you watched it live, I immediately see that as, oh, we're not going to the 50. You want to know why? They don't want to be perfect. You're going to say, well, why did they make this perfect? Well, I don't know what to tell you. They did. This is what they decided to do. And it tagged it. And it's a little hair above it, but it's perfect right there. So then, obviously, it comes underneath. And yes, could I have been more patient instead of trying to top the market there and wait for what? This inversion entry, this 25% entry level. If I go back and forth, you'll see, God, there's so much to say. That's why I want this to be the last video. I really do. But you'll see that when we pushed up, we are in this top quadrant. So you have this 8th and this 25. I'm highlighting right now. You see it. All right, you can see it here over here too on the 15-minute up here. Okay, you see that? So when it goes above that middle level, this is considered a premium, but it's considered a discount. Not in the premium discount conversation, but it's you sell high and you buy low, right? So this is a better price to sell at. This is just coming into a premium. Very, very simple. Does not hit perfectly that 32 level, which you'll see it right there, right? You see that? No, it didn't hit that on purpose. That's on purpose. That's also meaning it's weak. But I had the other algorithmic level there. And you're like, well, there's so much to say. Watch how it ties in. And then time. So this is the 9:45 candle. The beginning of the 15-minute 9:45 candle. Right there. 9:45. All right, so it's not in a macro, but it's using it as understanding that the price action is here. Well, the last 15-minute closed. The next 15-minute open. That's what we're doing. I'm literally catching the first candle of the wick of that 15-minute down candle that ends up coming for a low and engulfing and all that shit, right? Okay, so now that you understand it. So I had all this on my favor. I had the time and the way it ticked the bottom of that new week gap and not hitting the 50. That right there, now I can continue. That right there, coupled with knowing that I am in this top half. And what do I want to do? I want to make a new low. That's very fucking simple. So lower high to lower low. Okay, cool. Now we're on the same page with each other. We come underneath. Okay, at first, so I took a loss here, but it was okay. I tried for it, which was I was trying to use this as the discount or the premium, I should say, to where to sell. I was hoping that 930 would just push through. It's okay. Guess what? So we had CPI today, obviously. This is obviously CPI data low. That's another thing. CPI pushes it up. I'm not fucking with CPI. I'm waiting for 930. All right, because the volatility is really going to come in. This is just all fake trapping buyers. So what comes up, comes into that top levels that I'm talking about. 1, 2, 3 drives, comes in. You get an imbalance there. Breaks down. Look how the bodies stay out of it right there. 930. I literally got my entry and my stop right here. Literally. 930 does not take it out. Comes down, stops here. I'm like, oh, you little bitches. Why did I do that? It's me being impatient. I don't know how else I can be honest and tell you that it's just this what it is, but it's also a setup, and I also understand it, and it's also very fucking risky because 930 could just blow through it, and we understand that the opening range gap is up here, okay? So, but then you're gonna ask why did you still do it? Because this gap is more than 125 points. When you get to 125 points plus, this is well in the 200. You get a breakaway gap, meaning it's going to stay empty. You're not going to come back in here. That's why I took it. So write that for your notes. I just gave you some fucking fire. And I expected this to be a sell by sell. It became a sell by sell, but it pumped first. Well, I'm sorry, it dumped first to here, then pumped, and then took off. It's just a shake. In a way, it's a shakeout, but it's just the real trend is just it's retracing back up. So you get two highs. You get let me see if I can do it this way. You got from the lower low to the lower high, you get two drives. So you get one retrace, two. That final drive is that lower high. Could be three. Just talking. And then we hunt for what? That internal higher low that they put, and then that higher low, right? Boom. Okay, we're on the same page. Fucking fire, bro. Just beautiful. Okay. So where are we at? What was I saying? Here, you see a target. Anyways, that's explaining this, and it failed. You know it failed because you're not supposed to see bodies up here like this. That's not working when it's doing this. It should have immediately rolled through. It did not. Came back up, and then it closed here. Okay, this is a loss. Even if I took a loss trying to snipe this candle right here, I know what we're doing. Now we're hitting this 16th here. Remember, we're at that 16th here in the upper half, and then I have all what I just said. As soon as this candle closes, the way if you watched it, you'll know. It's just a super instinct, bro. Bing, tacked it, and then fucking ran away. As soon as it was running away, crossing over its open, turning into a bearish candle, I'm pushing the button. So normally I would have hit it here if I'm on an early. So I would have let, like yesterday, I let this candle close, and then the next candle, when it opened up, it popped up for a second for a wick, and then it rolled through, and then passing that 50%. Notice that 50% sitting on that 16th, by the way. That's an extra tidbit. I would have pushed sell here. If I didn't push sell here, then this candle would have pushed down, came back up. All right, look at the body sitting there, and the body opens and shoots fucking down. That would have been another entry because that's a lower low and a lower high. You just can't see it on this structure, on this time frame. But it is a low and a lower high, and then it pushes down. right? So that's another entry. Or if it's crossing over, once it crosses over and the bodies are outside of this inversion, that's also an entry. Then when it comes down, they create this imbalance right here. It's fake. It's used, but it's fake because they're introducing a internal high, a short-term high, and then we reach the first imbalance, and then we look into the 50%, almost hitting that 32, and then boom, pops back up. Where? Ticks the bottom of that. Bodies are staying around now this level of the upper quadrant up here, that 32, right? Sitting at 32, right? And then bodies closed up here, and that was not fun. But it still held, and then immediately response, now the bodies are out. So the bodies are out of this inversion. Now the bodies are leaving this. Big candles coming. When you see that, write that down for your notes. Okay? Comes down fast, right? See that? All right. 50%. Look where it's opening, and then it's shooting down. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? So it comes down, gets to this 25. This eighth here. And then we have the conversation in the background that the 50%, notice they missed the 50% there. Okay, cool, but we don't miss my motherfucking level. My grid, they don't miss it. See that? So anyways, look at this. Taps it, very high probability. It does make a new low, but ends up failing. But why? This idea is very shallow compared to this little internal. You want to see a raid, and it'll make it a protected stop or a protected high in this case. Just make sure you write this shit down and back test it. And just for a second. Oh yeah, that's so random. Okay. All right, hold on. The fire keeps coming. So what the price does, it comes back. It's playing up and down. Oh, it's up and down. It's not working. Well, you see it. Some drives up. Boom. Underneath the 930 again. Back into this bearish one that I used there, and also it's sweeping the daily bullish. Look at the language I'm sharing with you. See how it sweeps it there, sweeps it there, sweeps it, comes out, sweeps it there, comes, sweeps it there, even with the 930, comes right back in, comes outside, okay, comes right back, sweeps it one more fucking time. Why do you think that's why I'm able to hold this trade? You're like, well, then you let this shit come down here all the way back up and then come all the way down. And this come up here, yeah, because I had 4 contracts actually, and I took 2 off here, and then me coming back from vacation, I am very rusty, obviously, but at the same time, I was trading on my vacation, which I shouldn't have, but at the same time, I made sure that I was still staying with the market and being familiar. I don't need to be completely away to enjoy my vacation. I could spend a fucking hour, looking at the market and periodically in the day. I mean, that's how I did it, but. The reason why I'm saying that is because I was just trying to go big here, and then and I'm normally still trading 2 contracts though. But here, I already took 2 here, and then I could have took the whole thing out, and when it came here, I was like, bro, buy it, because you just took out liquidity. It's sitting at a major level, but just in case it wanted to leak through, I fucking leave it alone. So it came back up, came all the way back up. I didn't like this, but why do you think this is? This is a break of structure. It's fucking higher low to a higher high. It's a break. It's a retrace. That on a fucking fib is obviously, sorry for cursing too much. This is obviously whatever. Okay. So that being all said, I have this logic plus me what is it doing? I said it left this top quadrant. Then it's in this 32 low quadrant of it. And then it's now in the middle, which is a 64. It's now in the bottom quadrant of it. It's peeking in. That's your better price to sell even. They're doing you a favor even. But they're also coming back to wipe out people who are selling because they know people are selling here now. Even if this went up high and then a higher low and another high and a higher low and another, you expect another high. No, we're bearish here. Okay? Where's the proof? You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Right through, coming back in. Come on. Right through, coming back in. Bro, I mean, I don't know. Nice call, right? But anyways, So now it's outside. It's in the lower quadrant here, and then it's gone. Oh, that is another familiarity of fucking of the example of what I just mentioned about the bodies leaving the imbalance. Oh, okay, we're on to something here. All right, so we pop up, and then another inversion. Same. I'm already expecting it to perform like this, and then it pokes in. You see it. No bodies. Look at the bodies are gone from there. It immediately leaves. Why I use this first imbalance? Look to the right. It's also sitting on a 32 quadrant. Oh, note that too. Yeah, so is this. They were all beautiful, to be honest with you. Absolutely fucking beautiful. And then guess what? It finally worked here. Notice how this candle pokes in up like that, tags both. So X marks the spot. Then crosses over, no bodies. Notice how they're fucking rushing. Bro, this, what you're seeing right here, please don't show no one. Just put it like that. Do not. Okay? Do not. Or I will never make a video again. Just don't. Okay? Anyways, point is, fire. And it's a new low. So this is sell 1, sell 2. There's going to be a sell 3 and more. But watch, man. So anyways, just a beautiful fucking trade. And then that right there. And then the confluence of my target. Here's to make this video even more fire. That circle right there, you see that? This is my chart. No one else's chart. No one on earth fucking has this chart. So you know that's my circle. I mean, I cannot be any more perfect than what I just did here. Okay? So watch this. This is so that's that upper quadrant up there I talked about. That's the next one, 25 to the 8th. And then from this 8th to the black, that's the original standard deviation. Gradient level. There. Okay. So what am I doing? Now I'm in here. Well, it started rushing, so I'm just my goal is really just to come make a new low here. Right? I mean, in general speaking, come down for also the 29,000 big figure. Why? Because it's a 29,000 big figure. So when I was I'm looking at the average daily range, it was 513 points. The high here, I believe, was 450. Let's just say 450 right here. 450 right here. And then what would be 500 points less than 450? That would be 28,050. Did I do that right? No. 450. Yeah. 500 points would be 28,950. I'm sorry. 950. Okay, so what's a low-hanging fruit before that? 50 points less. That would be 29,000 big figure. I mean, and notice how I don't get stopped out at the 29,000. I get stopped out at 29,000 and whatever the fuck I end up squeezing it to. But why am I choosing this? Now let's get back to the conversation of the real target. Why am I choosing this? Now that I've mentioned I expect the range to come down with that average daily range. That's the point here. Is because this, I kept going, first of all, but then this 32 is coupled with, price is taken at the same time now, 29,000, look at it, 1033 and 32 seconds, 1033 and 32 seconds. I mean, you know, I can't Photoshop that. That's impossible. So I told you it screenshots my other screens at the same time, right? So this is what it's doing. So it's this fucking bottom 25% is similar to this. So now look at the low of my circle is literally when we kiss it. Bink. I take the picture. What's the high of my circle? It would be this 25% plus this -1 standard deviation right here. See that? And what you don't see in the background is the projections that I drew. So I'm going to show that to you now. That'll make more sense. Also why I was like, fuck it, I'm done. You know, you have to be content. I have to be content. Am I a little pissed that I didn't catch that next sell? Yes, because I knew it was going to fucking sell from there. I was like, bro, for a second, man, I was like, this is too easy. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to say trading's easy. Trust me when I say that. But let's go back into it. So I just showed you all that, right? Okay. What happened? What was I going to say? Yeah. Oh, now I have the projections real quick. So I'm projecting this 4 hour big candle Projected down, you see 1 to 1.5, 2 to 2.5. And then I projected this little push-up, this consistent push-up. I could have done it from here, this range. And it's fine. I could have done that. But I used the bodies only. All right, because that was the last down up move, right? So I used that. I could have put it to here too. But for now, I'm just going to fucking say this right here. And I use just the bodies here. So it was the -1 was sitting there coupled with that level. And then if you look at my big figure here, I mean my bigger projection, look where -1 is. It's like literally laying on that 25% plus that 32. So I was just like, okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is that's why I was confident of constantly holding it. But they made it easy for me to constantly hold it because the fucking candles kept fucking coming down. I mean, what am I going to do? Not, not trail it like that. So, and that's just how it ended up. And sure enough, I understood I could get to the -2. I understood that these two down candles on the 4-hour, this is a nice order block here. It's dipping in and all this extra stuff. You're like, oh my God, there's so many things. But let me tell you something. Doesn't that look random? It looks random floating, right? Oh, wait a minute. What happened currently? So we bounced. We went through it and we bounced back up. Like I said and predicted magically in yesterday's video before any of this was printed. And take a look. Oh shit. So I got out here. Where? Here? Retrace back. Boom! Right into that, a nice bearish imbalance sitting right there. What is it? Lower high, lower low. Lower high, lower low. It's now sell by sell, right? Look at it. Bounces right to it. Look at that. Look where the fucking imbalance is located. On this 32 with that imbalance. Tags in the 32. And it hits the 32. It doesn't just go around. It hits the 32. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Watch this. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. He's doing this too. Yeah. Well, we pop up. No, I gotta go to a smaller time frame. Not smaller time frame. Hold on. I lose my train of thought. Right here. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll go to this here. So here, all right, that same imbalance right here. I didn't draw it here, but why? Well, not why, but what's right here? What's in between this 25 and this 50? Boom. A fucking eighth. I don't have it marked here. What if I turn this into an eighth? Just hold on. That's why I don't ever want to do a video again. There's nothing else I need to even really talk about. What am I doing? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. That's a 16th. I'm sorry, an eighth. Oh, high probability, motherfucker. Yeah. Okay. Right. So I'm excited about it, right? But guess what? What was I about to do? So that's why I was like, when I took the profit and it bounced, I was like, bro, what are you doing? Take this. But I wanted to go do other things and needed to do other things. And I left it alone. And sure enough, I mean, I don't even take my own advice. The reason why I didn't continue is because what if it stopped? That's it. There's nothing else I can say. And saved it for tomorrow. But it is CPI, so it's most likely going to happen. So I could have held it through. I could have took the sell, and I was going to hold this sell to either a new low or this quadrant here or this outside sealing the gap. Or let me go back to I want to take off this eighth here because I'll leave it. But no, I'll take it. I just want to, hold on. It's just driving me crazy with it on there. All right. And then, boom. So, and then I also would have took it instead of just what I just talked about here. I also have a negative 2. I also have, because the fire continues, Friday's fucking first imbalance. And I have Friday's inefficiency because it just shot straight up. Remember? That's why I'm going to get back into this fire. So I could have held it into there and then just rode off into the sunset. But I did not. So I knew this too. Look where it went. Look where it fucking went, bro. 1 drive, 2 drives, 3. First drive comes in, tags the 930. It's a 15-minute. Tags the 930 and then leaks into the 8th. Goes back up. There's a first imbalance here, actually, which is here, right there. Okay, right here. So bounces, comes up. Look how it comes underneath the daily imbalance on a 1 minute. Here you see it going through. You can't tell. Look on the 1 minute, you can see look at that. Beautiful high probability oral block. Okay, hold on. So let me just keep going, man, because this is too much. Just too fire. And then pops back in. If you have to watch it live, dude. And then gets to this 25, reaches to the 8th, pushes back up, comes right back to the 25, opens there, closes and opens there, comes to the 50. Ooh, comes to the 8th. Ooh, comes back to the 50. Ooh, comes back to the 25. Ooh, stops right there. Look to the left. That's this opening range. So these grids are layered, okay? And obviously, in this case, I want to use, keep in mind now, my grid, these levels are made months ago. Uh-oh. And they're still perfect? Yeah. These levels are created within the last 3 days. Oh, by the way, before I forget, see how it pushes up, almost hits the 50, but look at Monday's low, which is also 930 opening range. Why do you think they also didn't hit that? And they could have hit it to be perfect, but they didn't hit it not to be perfect. Because anyone pushing up is, if they know 930 levels and understand that, then that's for them. If you're holding the bag to hit the 930 and they're squeezing, okay, I think I said enough. Anyways, that's an extra tidbit. Comes back in, lower quadrant, by the way. All right, comes back down, comes into here. Look where it stops. So this is the 25% of Friday's opening range gap. Today is Tuesday. Okay? And then what? Well, I drew the order block across. You can even change it to this last down candle, but it's the consecutive with the open as well. It's just a more refined. I'm going to lower it for a second. If you hit the open here, it wouldn't have worked, right? So guess what? Okay, so it's a little bit floating, right? Now watch this. Keep in mind here. Look at this first imbalance. Boom, of Friday. Boom, comes back into here. Let's go back into here. Watch this. Oh, no, not here. Here. Oh, my grid's better than the fucking previous or recent opening range gap level. Please tell me that you can make this up. My dude, that's perfect. Perfect. So, comes down. Look at this. Take a look. Push pause. Look at it if you want. Boom. High probability. Boom. Comes in. Bing. Bounces on that 25%. Shoots up. And wow, bro. All the way back into this area. Breakout sellers, easy sellers. I sold it. So why wouldn't they come back? Okay. You saw it hit you saw it hit that 16th. Oh, I'm sorry. Before I veer off, that 25%, is with this 25%. You think that's random? No, can't be. Look at this. Look what I'm sharing here. Okay. Hitting that 16th. I'm sorry, that 32. And then it's also, come on, man. You really think that's fucking random? See how it's all tying together? Anyways. And look at that negative 2. Just beautiful. And if I held that, combining that projection with, oh man, I've said enough. 34 minutes. I love it. Okay. VIX super manipulation. Haven't been using it. Don't need to use it. Okay. And that's that, right? So because while this was pushing up, we were already still coming down. And then while this was coming down, right here was when we made the low today in NASDAQ. and then this starts pushing down and we start pushing up. So it started working here. So manipulation there doesn't matter. Don't need it. Look at dollar pushing up. That's helping with us pushing down. Real simple there. And then I explained this already. And then while Dow is all the way down here, I think there was a purpose of why I drew this, but I don't think it mattered anymore. I stopped even trading. I think I put it and then I stopped trading. So we're coming down with lower lows here. This is coming down for lower lows here. And then this made a low and then it started making highs here. So I'm technically gonna, let's just do this for a second. Okay. And then here, what do you have here? You have a lower low there and you have a lower low there and you have a higher high there. So yeah, we'll just keep it this. And then this kind of pushed it back up. Moving forward, kind of going sideways for Dow. I mean, in a way, they were late to the party, so it's still bullish with these candles, but these starting to look very suspect there, very ugly, as it usually is. Nice pump dump here, pump dump, and then actually came right all the way back around. This is very rare, but this is also fucking Dow. So, wouldn't you? Well, it wouldn't matter. I mean, if I push sell here and it just, I would have loved it. Beautiful day, over with, all that shit. Speaker there, so made high, retraced, made a new high. So Dow is still bullish in my opinion, obviously, and then that's that. So I need to fix these charts up. I've been busy doing other things. I'm so sorry, I can't even do it. But S&P, similar. They opened up. No one made an extra high in the Asia session, so it came down to squeeze out some recent buyers, and I talked about that, and then pushed all the way back up. So, not really good if you want to be bearish for the next projection of time that I said. This might not be, it's a big response, and yes, it pretty much panned out all up to here. Now, what do we do from here? So, I'm expecting for it to be a resistance and roll over and sell for those remaining days until we all buy in the 20th. That would give them a chance to wipe out some buyers. We'll see. I don't know. But right now, that has panned out perfectly. I don't even need to. Actually, I really don't care. And it could get very tricky, so I'm not really excited to trade. But, just a beautiful day. Let me move forward so I can make it a short fucking video. I have to go already. And this one sucks. And then, here. S&P dump. So this is what I meant. So when it's, instead of it going up in it, it's a sell by sell. Here's proof. Here's proof of it looking like this. So sell by sell, right? It's lower low, lower high, all the way down. Doesn't come back in. And then on a day like, but see, here's the thing. On a day like CPI, FOMC, and all these other days, you will get this. So it'll be more extreme. And that's why I'm a little upset that I didn't catch that next sell for the movement more down. But I just had to be content. I felt content, and I wanted to do other things. But it is what it is. Came all the way back into almost seal it, bro. Look at that. So right now, Nas hasn't done that, but this is where we are. So I don't know what else is. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, what am I missing? Something? I can't be missing anything. So far, nothing changes here. And I need to fix this up. Whatever. But I am doing it in that exhaustion area. Again, let me real quick look back at the data. Yeah, I mean, back to that, what I drew, that 15 and that 15 and 30 years show the slowly withering. Again, I don't know if it's this deep, but the idea was kind of coming back for a retracement at the least. 5 years very dramatic. I mean, technically, when I drew that 5 year of it coming down and snapping all the way back up, we actually did kind of do that. I mean, so we're in the, yeah. I mean, go watch it. You'll see I put that example. Today is now the 12th, so I would still expect to see, we came to an oversold here. Even the 4 hour started to dip back to the 50. But I would still expect for everything to go as what I mentioned. So I'm playing it this way as of now. And let me see. Is there anything else? I don't really need to say anything else. I feel like I'm missing something. And then came back above the Friday. First in balance. Right there. And then took off. I gotta go. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I think that was good, man. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. I always forget some. So, and then Nvidia, let me zoom in. I know. Zoom in. It dropped. It pushed up first. Hold on. So it pushed up first, and then came back down. Okay, and then that's what kind of pushes up and then pushes back down. And made it a low, and then when this pushed up and stayed up here, that's kind of why we're now up. You guys take care and God bless.